Education experts say to attract more high-quality teachers, school boards and legislatures must enact a broad range of policies that include pension reform and making staffing decisions based on teacher competence and not seniority. In Washington, Malda Rivera, Fox News.
For more on this, let's bring in Jackie Rodriguez. She's Vice President of the American Association of Colleges for Teachers Education. Jackie, thanks so much for being with us. Let's start with laying out the nuts and bolts of this problem. Take a look at this. The top 5 states that are being impacted by the shortage as kids head back now are California, Nevada, Washington, Arizona, and Hawaii. 71% of teachers, in addition to this polled, seriously considered quitting over the past 2 years, and average teacher salary today, $66,397. That's down about $2,200 from 2 years ago. This is a massive systemic problem.
Incredible, Jillian, and I really appreciate you bringing national attention to the teacher shortages. Even though those 5 states are the ones we're highlighting today, we're talking about teacher shortages that are pervasive across all of the 50 states. And you hit the nail on the head. Teacher salaries have not increased even $30 bi-weekly in the last 25 years. So if we're really going to make systemic changes, that's #1 priority for most policymakers, is addressing what salaries look like to make sure that they're commensurate with other disciplines.
So while the problem, did not start with the pandemic, already before hundreds of thousands of teachers were quitting every single year, it has certainly been exacerbated by this pandemic. Take a listen
Absolutely.
to Dr. Walensky in an interview with Fox's Dr. Mark Siegel yesterday. I want to get your response.
One of the first things I said as vaccinations were rolling out with some controversy was that we did have a capacity to get our kids back to school, even if our teachers, even if everybody wasn't yet vaccinated. So this was always part of our vision, to be able to get back to school and to get safely back to school.
I mean, it's news to me that they always had this vision for unvaccinated people returning to classrooms. Did you ever receive that message during the course of the pandemic from the CDC?
So I think what we need to do is celebrate actually the fact that teachers, regardless of whether they are vaccinated or unvaccinated, continue to not only show up for their students, but to go the extra mile. Every single day we saw teachers walking into classrooms or getting online and teaching students, and then coming home to their own families or being in the living room with their students who are also online. And I want to make sure the American public is really applauding those who are in classrooms or online teaching their students every single day, given the last 2.5 years of trauma that we've all experienced.
Yeah. You said this, it struck a chord with me. I'm going to read it back to you. Teaching is the profession that makes all other professions possible. Unpack
Absolutely.
that for us.
Well, every teacher walks into a classroom with the next generation's livelihood and student life outcomes in their hands. Profession-ready educators, those who are fully certified in classrooms, are ensuring that the next generation of people are not just going into the world ready and capable to be good citizens, but also that's our national and economic stability that they're actually creating for our students. And so when we think about educators, it's not simply a profession that you walk into and start working on and build the plane while you fly it. Education is a profession where you absolutely need to have training, professional development, mentorship, and a long pathway in a career where you can become a teacher leader, become nationally board certified, and then serve students for decades.
And it really is, as you say, Jackie, the profession that makes all others possible. Thanks so much for taking time for us this afternoon. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Jillian.
You bet.